Sawadee-kap, I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Monday, August 30th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. The total number of COVID cases on Phuket since the pandemic started last year, it's now approaching 4,000 after 208 total cases were recorded on Friday, 212 on Saturday, and another 165 on Sunday. 1,643 people are now receiving medical care in Phuket. In addition, 850 people have been taken to COVID care centers across the island. This is the group who test positive by antigen test kits but have yet to receive results of RT-PCR tests. Meanwhile, Thailand recorded 15,692 cases and 256 more deaths over the past 24 hours. Bangkok cases surpassed 3,000. However, the capital is one of many provinces in which officials will ease some restrictions starting Wednesday, including allowing dine-ins at restaurants, although at last report, officials said dine-in customers would have to show proof of vaccination and a negative COVID test result before entering restaurants in the capital or any of the other 28 dark red zone provinces. A new order has been issued extending the COVID-19 restrictions across Phuket beyond September 1st, as schools must stay closed and the ban on the consumption and sale of alcohol in restaurants will remain in place until at least September 14th. The order was issued by Phuket Governor Narong Woonchalel on Sunday to come into effect this Wednesday, September 1st. The previous order was set to expire on Tuesday at midnight. Under the order, all educational institutions on the island are ordered to remain closed except for those conducting pilot teaching and studying in private schools under the project Phuket Safety School Sandbox in accordance with current disease control measures and only with approval from the Phuket Provincial Disease Control Committee. There was no explanation of the Phuket Safety School Sandbox project. In addition, all bars must remain closed along with all gambling venues, boxing stadium, snooker and billiard halls, internet cafes, martial arts schools, and public swimming pools, all to remain closed. Restaurants can open as normal, but the sale and consumption of alcohol on site is still prohibited. Gatherings of more than 50 people must be approved by officials. Convenience stores must close from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. nightly. Parks and open-air sports fields must close at 9 p.m. nightly, along with indoor exercise facilities. Officials say this is all due to the rising number of cases on the island. Again, all of this will continue until at least September 14th. Meanwhile, the restrictions on domestic arrivals to the island is still being discussed at the time of this recording. But we do know that the airports of Thailand and the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand, they've stated that domestic flights will resume nationwide this Wednesday, although with COVID-19 prevention measures, which are different depending on the routes people are flying. Stay up to date with the latest at thephuketnews.com.
Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today.
Local tourism organizations have called for strict COVID-19 curbs to be relaxed to help with a quick recovery despite authorities struggling under the weight of a new surge of up to 200 infections a day. After officials in the United Kingdom added Thailand to its travel red list last week, hotels here on the island saw an avalanche of cancellations from the UK in a setback for the tourism reopening plan. Officials are having a difficult time balancing COVID-19 restrictions and keeping the number of cases low while also accepting international tourists through the Phuket Sandbox scheme, which has brought some tourism revenue back to the island. This hasn't stopped local tourism organizations from calling on the government here in Phuket to relax the restrictions, with some saying that September is a crucial month for the island and that vaccinations of Phuket residents must be a priority for next month. In addition, many have pointed out that tourists have become frustrated with the restrictions, including the chief advisor to the Phuket Tourism Council, who said, quote, "Foreign councils have said foreign visitors already feel deceived having arrived in Phuket. If the province is locked down again, no visitors will come at all. Tourists from Bangkok and Europe will disappear during the high season. we need to strike a balance to coexist with COVID. If Phuket was not ready, then why reopen? Without an easing of the curbs, all will be ruined. Currently, the vast majority of infections on the island are of locals and migrant workers, according to the Phuket governor, who admits that the prospects for the Phuket Sandbox scheme may look dimmer now than when it first started back on July 1st. Since the scheme started, Phuket has recorded over 25,000 arrivals. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
For the best steaks and apple pie to die for, visit Harry's Restaurant and Hotel, Patong Beach. Look for us on Facebook, and we look forward to seeing you here.
After officials in the United Kingdom added Thailand to its travel red list last week, hotels here on the island saw an avalanche of cancellations from the UK in a setback for the tourism reopening plan. Thailand being placed on the UK's red list means non-British nationals are not allowed in, and British and Irish citizens must quarantine for 10 days upon arrival to the UK. With the prospects of quarantine upon their return to their homeland, many UK citizens who had already booked their tickets to Thailand and their hotels, they've decided to cancel their bookings for September. The head of the Thai Hotels Association said the situation is a setback for the tourism reopening plan, noting that the COVID risk in Phuket and some neighboring destinations was quite low compared with other parts of the country. She said, quote, "It's unfortunate that most of these destinations have much fewer COVID-19 cases, while the infection rate among international travelers was even smaller." For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Transform your pool within a week. Call us today.
Joe Ferrari, a former top cop embroiled in a fatal torture case in a suspected attempt to extort money from an accused drug dealer, he's denying all the accusations made against him, all while over a dozen more cops are implicated in the alleged sting operation. Joe Ferrari, whose real name is Police Colonel Titisan Utanapon, the former senior officer of Nakhon Sawan Province's Muang Police Station, he and 6 others are facing several charges related to an incident that took place at their station on August 6th, in which a police officer was seen placing a bag over the head of a suspected drug dealer, suffocating the man to death, and then officers were seen trying to help the man, but it was way too late by then. That man was 24-year-old Chirapong Tanapat, who was arrested along with his wife 2 days earlier, allegedly with 100,000 methamphetamine tablets. The video was not revealed until last week, but when it was posted, Joe Ferrari and several cops went on the run for about a day or two. Then, Joe Ferrari surrendered to police in Chonburi province and immediately was whisked away to Bangkok, where he was able to speak with reporters and admitted that he ordered officers to place a bag over the man's head, but denied that it was all an attempt to extort 2 million baht from the man for his release. Since that day, many people have been questioning why police allowed Joe Ferrari to have a press conference in the first place, including Member of Parliament for the ruling Palang Prachara Party, Sira Yenjaka, who says the House Law Committee will summon the National Police Chief on why this was allowed. Joe Ferrari, who is facing a separate investigation over how he's able to afford 29 luxury sports cars on a cop's salary, he's now saying that the whole incident was part of a sting operation and the suspect's death was unfortunate. The now former cop says that his sting operation began on August 4th, with police from his station taking out 64,000 baht to lure a drug dealer, which led to the arrest of Chirapong, and said the plastic bag over the man's head was just a way to force him to talk. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thank you so much for joining us here today on this Monday, August 30th, here on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow on Tuesday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks and mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.